Today we will talk about how to calculate surface areas of 3D pictures, some standard ones. So we are going to learn how to do surface areas of solids. Let's start with a rectangular prism. When you have a 3D picture, rectangular prism, you have to visualize how this will open up. When you open it up, and this is in blue, the base, and if you, for example, fold this over and then fold all these over, and it will make a 3D picture. But always visualize how it will look like when you were to just destroy the box and just open it up. Now, the area, surface area is going to be area of all these individual areas. And you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So if you were to list them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's give some values to it. Let's say this is 3 inches. This is 1 inch. And which corresponds to this 3 inches here, 1 inch here. And let's say our height is 3.5 inches. Okay? Where will the height be? This is going to be 3.5 inches. So let's do the 1. 1 is going to be 3 times 1. The 2, on the other hand, is going to be this side times this side. And that's going to be 3 times 3.5. The 3 is going to be the same as the first one, 3 times 1. 4 is going to be, now let's look at this side. What is that side? That side is going just kind of like coming up. So this side and that side are the same. And what was that? That was 1. So it is going to be this times that, which is 3.5 times 1. What is 5 going to be? 5 is going to be the same as 2. 3 times 3.5. What is 6 going to be? 6 is going to be the same as 4. 3 times 5 times 1. So when you look at that, there's some duplicate ones. So you have 3 times 1 twice, plus you have 3 times 3.5 twice, and then you have 3.5 and 1 twice. When you write everything down, you're going to have 6 here plus 2 times 3 times 3.5, 2 times 3 times 3.5. That's going to give you 21 plus 2 times 3.5, that's 7. 21 plus 6, 27 plus 7, 34. 34 what? We start what? By inches. And then since we're talking about areas, we're talking about inch square or square inch. Now let's go and let's try to do a cube. Here's your cube. All sides are equal. If you open it up, this blue corresponds to this blue. Let's say I have 1 yard. Each side is 1 yard. So the surface area is going to be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. You have a total of 6 sides. And then each area is 1 times 1. 6 times 1, 6. What was it? Yard squared. Now you can use the same principle for a pyramid. Let's try to do that. We did the cube. Here's your pyramid. Now, when you have your pyramid, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, and then you'll have the base. Let's assume that my base are 3 feet by 3 feet. Okay? Now, you also need to be given the height of each of these triangles, and this is the height that we're talking about. Let's assume that height is 4 feet. So this height is going to be 4 feet. So let's calculate the surface area. Area is going to be area of the bottom, which is 3 times 3, plus 4 of the triangles. What are the triangles? Base, which is 3, times height, which is 4, divided by 2. So what do you have? You have 3 times 3, which is 9, plus, okay, you have 4 divided by 2, that's 2. 2 times 4, that's 8. 3 times 8, 24. 24 plus 9, that is 33. What is that in? That's going to be feet squared, since we are talking about areas. So you actually handled each situation differently, but the principle is the same. You just add all the areas together. For example, if you had a pentagonal pyramid, you would actually go and calculate the area of the base, which is in blue, and then you would add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the triangles, and that would give you your A total. Now, let's do a cylinder. That one is a little bit tricky. Let's say we have a cylinder. When you open it up, you're going to get this blue, which is the same as this guy, the base. Okay? So you're going to have 2 of these guys. So the area, surface area, is going to be 2 of these guys. Plus, what is it going to be? The other one is this rectangle in here. So all I have to do is just calculate the area of the rectangle. But let's look around. What is the width of this rectangle? This is going to be, remember, this thing wraps around the circle here. So the width of this rectangle, or the length of this rectangle, is the same as the circumference of that circle. So this is going to be 2 pi r. And what is the height? And a height is just simply the height that's given to you. So let's put in some numbers and then calculate all these. Let's say I have an r of 1 inch. Let's say I have a height of 3 inches. What would be the surface area of this volume? You're going to have 2. What is the area of the circle? Pi r squared. So that's pi 1 squared. So that will give you the 2 circles plus area of the rectangle. The length, which is 2 pi r, which is 1, times height. What is that? 3. So let's put that together. So 2 times 3.14 will give you 6.3, about that, plus 2 times 3.14 times 3. That will give you about 18.8. And add the 2 of them. You will get 25.1. And what is that in? Since it's surface area, I start with inches, square inches. Even though we are talking about a volume, since we are calculating the surface area, the units are in area units. Okay, for the sphere, what you need to do is you need to just memorize the formula. Surface area of a sphere, either use SA or A, is simply 4 pi r squared. And the derivation is above the level of this class, so we're not going to derive it. Here's your 3D picture, and your r is, let's say, 3 feet. So what is the surface area? Which is like if you crumple up like aluminum foil around a ball, and the area of the aluminum foil will give you the surface area. So that's going to be 4 times pi, which is 3.14, times r squared, which is 9. So this is going to be 4 times 3.14 times 9, and that will give you 113. And what is that in feet square? Even though you are measuring the surface area of a volume, since it is the surface area, you just have to express it in surface area units.